Welcome back to the ramble slash being vulnerable. Yeah, I guess that's more accurate. I thought about the theme for this recording. The question of when did I realize that I was not like everyone else. I realized I was not like everyone else at a very young age. I think at the age of 12, 13, I was already kind of struggling with depression. There was a lot of drugs and alcohol addictions running in my family. I don't even remember when, but my aunt and uncle were drug addicts. They became clean. They had my cousin and then got addicted again, which caused their death. And this was, I don't know, when I was 10, 11, maybe around that age, yeah. And I was already kind of aware what was going on. My grandparents also struggle a lot because of that. And my grandfather was an alcoholic. I'm not sure. Again, I was too young, but I think he also beat my grandmother, and he cheated on my grandmother. That I know for sure because he had a whole different family and whatever. And I think these things are not something that an 11 or 12-year-old should be aware of. What I was, maybe not as aware as I am now, of course, but I always knew something was up. I just didn't quite figure out what was. Also, at the age of 13, 14, my dad was accused of forging documents. Of course, he was declared innocent, but it was a whole thing. At the age of 13, 14, having the police coming to my door. I was the one actually opening the door. I remember that so vividly. And having the police going through my computer, my brother's computer, my dad's computer, confiscating my dad's stuff and whatever. It was a whole fucking thing. It was insane. It was really insane. And seeing my mom sad, seeing my dad sad, saying they were sad is putting it lightly. I could feel and see that they were miserable because of this. It was really hard at the time to process it. And again, being a teen, struggling with my own shit, with all my teeny angst. So cringy, dude. It was really fucking hard. Then there was like a few years that all I could see was death, like, because it was my aunt, uncle, my grandparents, and then it was another uncle, like great uncle, that one. Then another uncle that lived with us that was mentally disabled. It was really hard at the time. I struggled really much. Yeah, looking back, it's like I really didn't enjoy my teen years. Like, I always felt like an outcast. I always felt like I didn't belong where I was. Like, all that stuff was being pushed down my throat. And I remember being at school and like looking around and I don't know, seeing my colleagues and my friends at the time and like thinking, I wish I was like them. Not, I mean, kind of in a depressive way, but more in a way of like, I wish I was ignorant. I remember that so fucking vividly. I thought about that a lot. That I wish I was innocent like my colleagues. I wish I was my own age. I wish I belonged. I don't know, like, I guess seeing all that at a very young age, it kind of blocked me. Because again, it's not like I was miserable or that I didn't enjoy anything, but I was not, for the most time, I was not hanging with my friends. I was and am one to enjoy my company. Like, I do have friends, and my brother is my like fucking pillar in so many phases of my life. And now I have my girlfriend and my dog, which I'm super fucking grateful for them. But in the end, I feel like I'm trying not to cry right now. I feel like I'm the only one I can count on. And as I said, I have great people that I know I can reach out for help. But I feel, first of all, I feel like I should always be able to process the emotions that I am feeling. And only after processing them should I reach out. And by having that line of thought, I think also in line with everything that has happened to me in my life, I feel like it closed me in walls. Again, like, I'm 30, turning 31 really soon, and I would say that maybe at the age of 25, 26, I was really connected with myself. Like, it was only then that I could do this that I'm doing right now. Like, be able to sit and think and process what I'm feeling. There are many days that are hard to process. There are many days that I feel drained. But for the vast majority now, I can sit and think. I kind of lost myself a bit there, but what I wanted to say is that it was mostly because of that I am who I am today. As in, like, super shy, super introvert, not want to actually go out and hang with friends or family or whatever. But on the other hand, it allowed me to be in touch with myself, which I think would not have happened if none of this would. Again, there's like a million things that could cause it or not, but that's how I feel. Like, because for instance, I am very fucking paranoid, and I know for a fact that my paranoia comes from all this dramas that I had in my family. Again, like at the age of 12 or 13, having to think, oh my god, I just remembered a time I was alone at home and my aunt rang the door. And again, at the time, I already knew what was going on. And I remember her ringing the door, and I was like, Mama's not home, what do you want? And she's like, oh, I just came to say hi and whatever. So I opened her the door. She came to our house, and she was going through my mentally disabled uncle's piggy bank. She was going through it, trying to get some money for next dose or whatever. Yeah, because it was not for food, I can tell you that. And in my mind, again, underline a 12, 13-year-old, I thought, okay, I have some coins. I'll give her some coins so she can get away. Oh yeah, because I confronted her. I asked, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, Auntie's just looking for some money for the bus. I was like, okay, here are some coins for the bus. Oh, thank you. And then she left. So it was like tons of things that built me different. I'm built different. That built me the way I am. For both good and bad. Because paranoia has protected me, but has destroyed me. Like, it's really hard to trust people. It's really hard. In 99% of the times that I'm doing something, I'm self-sabotaging myself because I am afraid that I am going to be judged. Not judged as in seeking for validation, but that I feel like the world is conspiring against me, because I never know who to trust, and I'm always 2 steps back. And again, backtracking a bit, a big fucking ramble this is going, but it was only at the age of 26 that I did start connecting with myself, like I mentioned. It was only then that I realized that, okay, maybe people are not as shitty as you might think. Like, people are nice. You have come across like shitty people, shitty family members, shitty friends. You have been betrayed, both by family, both by friends, but you absolutely cannot live your life in mistrust of people. Because yes, there are shitty people, there will always be shitty people, but at the end of the day, there are also good people. And most importantly, there are good people that make mistakes. And this was the most valuable lesson I've learned. Yeah, it was definitely the most valuable lesson I've learned. Like, I can see, like, I'm trying to pan out my life in front of me right now, and I can almost point out, like, okay, this was what caused this, and this was what caused this, but all of them point to the same place, and I definitely wanted to get out of that place. That place being, again, being super depressive, super afraid, super controlling. I was very controlling. Like, my ex, it was insane, dude. Like, I loved her very much. She put up with so much bullshit, dude. Now, looking back, I am ashamed of the shit I did. Like, I've been cheated by my best friend at the time and by my crush. They like cheated on me together, and that left such a hard scar that when I was with my ex, it was a long distance thing, and I remember being on a call, and my brain went to that dark place of she's cheating on me. I don't even remember why, but I can assure you there was no reason to. And I made her show me the whole fucking room with her camera to show me there was no one in the room. Damn, dude. So fucking cringe, man. So fucking ashamed. But again, it's with these things that we learn and whatever. Sorry about that. But yeah, like, it's so stupid. There's no other words. And like, yeah, I am, like, despite all things that happen to me and whatever, or into my family, I am a reflection of my parents. Like, I look at my mom, and there's absolutely no one in this world that is more paranoid than my mom. And everything that happened is like a combination and it molds you. Either you want it or not, you get molded by the people you're surrounded by. So, yeah, like, and I love my mom, and I love my dad for that matter. But I know that a lot of things that I have on my mind absolutely stem from my mom. Even the fact that I do feel like an outcast, like, that has to do a lot with my parents. Like, my parents were never ones to, like, again, go out and hang with friends and, okay, let's go to whatever. No. It was always like, stay inside, like, watch a movie, chill and whatever. And that's the type of life that I like as well. So it's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to put it to words, and it took me a long time to understand everything. And it took me even longer to make peace with it and live with it, because I am absolutely not the most mentally stable person. I do have my days, and there are days that go by that my demons take the best out of me, but for the vast majority of days, I do feel like I am in control. So yeah, again, it's nice that I don't even know how long this is right now, 40 minutes, to think about all of this. And I know, despite the fact that I do sit and think a lot about life and what I do and what I should do and whatnot, but it wouldn't be the same as sitting here and audio journal about it. And this is what I want people to do. And again, like I said on the intro, I don't know if this will ever see the light of day, but I wish everyone in this world would sit and process what's bothering them, because everyone is different, and that moment of realization that you're not like everyone else is necessary. It is crucial. It's not necessary, it's crucial that you realize that, because that avoids insecurities, that avoids bully other people, that avoids all the isms there are there. Because only when you really respect yourself will you be able to respect others. And I think the connection with oneself is like the biggest, I don't even know how to see it, like the biggest achievement one can accomplish. Yeah, I guess I can put it like that. Because if I don't love myself, if I am on a constant battle with myself, if I am constantly hating on myself, if I am feeling constantly lost, how am I supposed to bring peace to others? And isn't that what connecting with others should be? Learning and sharing peace with each other? in my utopic view of the world, that's how it should be. Like, and again, that's why I rarely hang out with anyone, because I don't know, I just don't relate. And the people I do relate with, like, I know that I can be myself with them, and I know I can vent the exact same things I'm venting to this microphone right now. But that shouldn't be like a recurrent thing, right? That should be an exercise that you should do by yourself. Because like I said in the beginning, like, only you can find the solutions for your issues. And again, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with reaching for a shoulder to cry on. And I do think professional help played a big role here. Only after talking with my psychologist, I realized how fucked up in my head I was. Again, at that age of 26, 27, 27, yeah. Only then I really realized, like, whoa, I've been living in the matrix until now. Like, it's like, who am I? You know, if you sit by yourself and you cannot answer the question, who am I? You got some shit to figure out. Because we are constantly trying to find each other, but that happens several times, or should happen several times throughout life, right? I might find myself now recording my voice to this microphone, and it's giving me pleasure. It's bringing me serendipity. But if I don't search for it, or if I don't try to make it happen, it's like walking in circles, right? It's like, who am I? I don't know. Okay, so now what? What do I do? Am I going to dread over the fact that I do not know who I am, or what I like to do, or whatever? Or will I actually try to find it out? And it can be frustrating, but it can also be fulfilling, because if we get stuck in our heads and we get lost, we project it out there. It's like, it doesn't really matter who you're with, what you're doing, it will never be good enough. And that might be good for some people, because normally when it's not good enough, it's when you're gonna look for more. But you need to find your inner peace. And yeah, I don't think I have much more to say about this. It was a big ass ramble. But yeah, I think it's good. I think I was vulnerable, and that's my goal. Putting walls down. I love punk hardcore, right? Nowadays I don't listen to it as much, but when I was younger, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And there was a song, Behind These Walls, by No Warning. That's how is it? Behind these walls I've made, I'll never forget, never forgive. Something like that. And I lived by that. I lived by that code. Like, never forget, never forgive. Behind these walls, no one is ever getting in. And it's funny, like, how as life happens, you learn that as these walls protect you, they also stop you from living. Yes, they do protect you from bad people, but they also don't let good people come in or good things to happen. So, again, reinforcing the fact that connecting with oneself, making the self work is crucial. And there are a lot of things that we might not feel like we should search, but things will show up. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but I don't know why I bumped into this just because, and I'm having fun doing it. So that's pretty much it, really. Yeah, this is another topic that we will definitely delve a bit into. Yeah, peace.